So far we have installed our 24 by 48 tile. We've prepped the shower with curry board and done the shower pan. That's why it says stay out. Obviously we want to keep this as intact and as protected as possible. We're still in the trimming process. So trimming process for me is all the finishes start coming in. Because this house is a high-end home, there is not one floor that's covering the full scope of the home. There, different rooms have different flooring, different sizes of tile, different sizes of engineered wood floor. So that means that we can't move as fast, which is totally okay. We prepared for that. When someone says, how fast can you finish my home? These finishing pieces have a lot to do with that. Because if it's one style of floor or an LVT or an LVP, we can do that in a couple days. But when you're talking about tile, engineered hardwood floor or hardwood floor and custom showers, some of our trades have to have the whole house to themselves before the next one steps in. And then we have change orders, right? So sometimes there's a change in design and then we have to kind of pause everything before we can start moving again. So just to be clear too, so this has been grouted, but by no means is it clean. So you can see the difference. This is the same tile actually. This is the polished version. So once, before our customers move in, we're gonna clean this up. We're gonna clean this up before we install cabinetry. But you can see that there's a matte finish and a polished finish. And the reason we do that is we don't really like to install a polished finish in a shower because polish tends to get a little slippery, so you don't want that inside of a shower. This tile needed to butt up against the engineered wood floor. So when you are choosing different floor styles, you're either going to want to raise up the shortest floor, so you're adding to the subfloor. So then when you're installing your tile and your wood floor, they're both going to meet. It's going to be a smooth transition, and you're not going to have that like step up or that awkward different height. So that's super important when we're choosing tile. This tile in particular, as you can see, is very large. The larger the tile, the thicker it gets. The thicker the tile gets, the higher price. And in turn, basically it's because you don't want it to crack. So it makes the tile more stable. And that's why you see the higher costs in both installation and the cost of the material on a bigger tile. Said the door was gonna start here, didn't we?
I believe so.
Yeah, that's what we said. Last time we were here, the bathtub was in the master, which was that giant crate. And this was just curdy board. I always have a hard time saying it. Schluter system, curdy board, that orange board. Fun fact about that, it has a really great warranty. It follows the owner for the length of the time that they own it. So it's really good warranty, and why we like to use the Schluter board or the Schluter system for the shower. So as you can see, we have many things as part of this shower assembly. We have body sprays, we have shower head, we have a rain shower, and we also have, of course, the ventilation to get all the steam out of there or all the moisture out of the bathroom. Then we have our tub. We did look at it. I'm not going to lift this crate because we want to really protect this piece. It's a weird time because we install beautiful floors and then we cover them. And then we bring the beautiful tub in and we cover it because we don't want damages to happen. We really want to limit our damages because things shouldn't get damaged, okay? But they do. It happens. Every once in a while, things get damaged. We have a window right now that's broken that happened during framing, and so we're waiting for that glass replacement. So since we last spoke, we have gotten a significant delivery this week. So we're super excited because we received yesterday all of our cabinetry. We have our 8-foot by 6-foot door is here. So we have an 8-foot door and the door itself is 4 foot wide. So it is going to be amazing. It looks great. What happened today is that as they were installing the door, we went to swing it open and it was barely clearing the tile. So when we try to install things and do our work, we really care about how the house is going to be after all of us clear out of here. We hand the keys to the owner, and we kind of put all of our heads together. We realized that we had fur down the door opening in the first place. So what we did is we opened up that door opening. We could have just installed the door and just said like, or whatever, let's just leave. But then houses always settle, right? So this house is going to settle, and then that barely passing the tile could end up scratching the tile someday. So what we did is we moved the door up 1/2 inch. So because we had fur down the opening, which means that we added material to the door header, we were able to remove some of that material, still maintaining the main header there, and moving the door slightly up. So now it has a beautiful clearance when it opens, and we won't have any issues. We won't be back. And it's just a fun day. I love this time when we get a lot of material in, and the workspace is just full of, I guess, chaos, and we kind of have to put puzzles together and see what is what. The other thing I am super excited about is that this is our custom cabinet line. So I'm gonna bring you over here. Come on. So we have a partnership with a cabinet workshop. We have our own line of cabinetry. So this is called Nera Custom Built. It is our line of cabinets, all fully custom, inset, full overlay, any size, any design you want. So it's something really special that's happening for us this year, and we just can't wait to share it with all of our homeowners, that they get a little piece of, I guess, our creativity in their home. We're in the trim phase. So my team has come in and they've begun installing doors. They've done some trim work, but then once the cabinets come in, we really prioritize cabinets. And the reason why is because countertops take the longest to arrive to be installed. And then by the time the countertops are in, we're ready to finish things up with electric, plumbing, HVAC. In this case, this home, the trim phase is lengthy because we have custom floors, custom cabinetry, custom doors. Our doors are 8 foot tall, so that's not a standard height. The standard height is 6 foot 8 inches. So these are 8 foot tall doors. So there's a lot that has gone into decision making, prepping, and now installation that makes this job so special. So we are back at the Hilltop Dream Home today, and they are drilling the well. We are 3 days in. We've actually been waiting for our well for quite some time. Equipment sometimes breaks down, and the thing about well drilling is that if a truck or the equipment hits bedrock or some sort of stone, granite, which happens underneath the ground, it can break the rig, which takes time to repair. And so we've been waiting for our well for quite some time, but finally last week we are getting a well. We're gonna have running water, woohoo! But we hit bedrock here. And we hit it at 13 feet down. So we hit it pretty quick, and that is why it's taken a couple of days to drill down. So our well is a steel well that is going to have a constant pressure pump. It's a big machine, lots of people here. And we are in the trim process. We are in what we call the long stretch. Now that we have the well pump here, I believe, I have to go through my checklist, but I believe this is the last large truck coming in before cement, which means that we can finally stabilize our the property. So we always have a tracking pad, we have silt fencing, but we've gotten a lot of rain this year. As if you talk to anybody that works outside and in the elements, they'll tell you the same. The summer has been extremely full of rain. So we are happy to have the last large truck here so we can stabilize the ground and get finished grade at least, or get closer to finished grade so we can be a little more, less stressed when it rains. So why don't we go inside and we can see what we've done. So the last time we were here, we had just received all of the cabinetry. Now the cabinetry is in, and we are getting really close to countertop measure, but we have a change order. So next time you guys come, this will be uppers and lowers rather than a full height pantry. So that is why we've kind of stopped at this moment. The rest of the cabinetry is in, so we can move forward with countertop measures in the rest of the home. But the kitchen is kind of at a stop at the moment until we can get this change order made. Now, luckily, we make our cabinets custom. We install them ourselves. And 3 is that this is a super easy change. So we work with me in the future. Don't think that can just happen. This is a very per situation occasion, and it just so happens that this is an easy change. So what's going to happen here, we're going to keep our dimensions, which is 30 and 30, and then we're going to do uppers and lowers. So these are the uppers and lowers are on the right hand side of the hood, and we're just going to mimic that on the left hand side. Obviously we're not fully completed with these. They've been installed, but there's quite a bit of work that needs to happen to these cabinets. They are going to remain white. That is the homeowner's aesthetic. They like things to be white and clean. So that is what she's chosen and gone with, which I think it's turning out really well, and she's super happy with. My team will uninstall these, reinstall the new ones. Electrician has to come back and actually install a plug per code. And then if there's any drywall that needs patching, even though we'll be running a backsplash here, which this will be continuous, but we might have some drywall patching because of all of that work. And if so, then the drywall patching has to happen. After that, countertops can be measured. Then countertops will be installed. And then we can finish with the under cabinet lighting, this is what these wires are for. The reasons why these are out is because we are planning on running the countertop up to the bottom of the cabinets. And then in the middle, it'll run to the bottom of the hood. So that is why these have been popped out a little more. The last time you guys were here, we also were getting our front door installed. So our front door is finally installed, is in. We've waited almost 6 months to receive this door. Not because of manufacturing or delays, it's because just timeline. So we knew this door was coming. The guys framed the opening according to the plan. And then once we had it made, which was a custom made door, it took a little bit of time to get it fabricated and installed. So here it is in all its glory. Staircase is in the same stage that you've seen it. So nothing has happened here. We have significant amount of work to do here. We have molding that needs to go on the walls. We have a very large chandelier that needs to go above our head. That chandelier has a winch, which means that it's going to mechanically be brought down for cleaning, installing, and then mechanically brought up for display. So this is where we are here in the foyer. The foyer only has the front door, and we are just, again, this is one of those areas that we're inching at it and working at it as we go and as we can. So we are in the laundry space right now. As you can see, we have rough openings. This was not the original plan for the laundry. In the actual house plans that we signed off on per contract, the sink was actually over there. And then once we walked into the space, homeowner and I just kind of had a brief discussion that it wasn't really working out because we were doing custom cabinets, right? Because we're not doing box cabinets from a store that only come in certain sizes. We were quickly able to, during rough, I was able to communicate to our trades, like, this is the change, red mark or red line the plan. And so what we have now is our laundry sink, our washer and dryer. This is going to be a high countertop that will match pretty close to the washer and dryer height. And then this is a cleaning closet. So inside we're gonna have electric, because most people now, their vacuums plug in for charging. So she'll be able to, or the homeowners will be able to plug in their vacuums or whatever else that needs charging for cleaning and store any cleaning supplies above. And then this will also have a rod. Of course, if you're trying to dry your clothes, you have usable space. We're talking a lot about changes that happen on site. It doesn't happen often, but when it does, we try to manage those with what's feasible with where we are there. And sometimes it's doable, sometimes it's not. Sometimes the plumbing has already been installed, and so it comes to a decision of whether the homeowner wants to pay for removal, reinstallation, and redesign. Has that happened before? No, not to us, but I know that it happens to some people. So that's why it's important to walk the house with your clients too. Or entering the master suite. The last time we were here, I don't think there was doors. So this is a door now. You come into the hallway. Again, to some people, this may look almost completed, but it's not. There is molding that's going to go on these walls. So trim has been installed, but we have other molding that's going on these walls as a detail piece, just to add some texture that the customer wanted. Nothing happened in here. Carpet will be installed. Carpet is the last thing that gets installed before paint touch-up and cleaning. And then the master bath does have plumbing right now. The glass doors have been ordered. This is one of the biggest showers I think we've done. So it's really exciting, but we are almost done in here. I say we're almost done, but we have a couple months. It's a lot of work. I'm just sizing things up because, I get to be my own customer, and I'm really putting eyes on everything that we're doing in regards to sizing, because now I'm the one that's saying yes or no. And so I was just putting my arms up because this is pretty close to, or this is a little bigger than our dining room, but I'm trying to do a really large window in my dining room so we can get a lot of light in. And so that caught my eye. So that's why I put my arms up. That's how you measure without measuring tape. Just kidding. Don't do that. That's what my husband measures. You can stand here and look at that gorgeous staircase. Right when you come in, I think the homeowner did a really nice job picking out finishes and style that really matches their lifestyle. And sometimes I don't see it until it's together, and I'm like, oh, that totally makes sense. So we've still got a long way to go. Good forward movement. Can't complain about that. Watching, I hope you follow along as we progress through this project and all the ones that we have coming up. If you have any questions or you'd like to work with me, visit our website at neiracustomhomes.com. And since you probably don't know how to spell that yet, it's Neira customhomes.com. We're located in the Wisconsin Dells area and service a 1-hour radius.